guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nakira. If you are new, which you probably are because I haven't uploaded on this channel in forever, and today I want to just talk to you guys about why I decided to start uploading again. So the reason I really wanted to start uploading again on this channel is because I wanted to discuss bipolar disorder and just mental health in general in the African American and minority communities, because I feel like it's somewhat of a taboo topic, and there's a lot of stigma around it. Now an ambulance is coming. Okay, so there were 2 ambulances actually. But yeah, I feel like there is definitely a stigma around mental health, mental illness, and I just wanted to talk about it. So you might hear cars in the background just because I am in my car. I'm currently at work, and I just wanted to film for you guys because I've filmed this multiple times. And the last time I filmed it, I was like, okay, it's perfect. And my mic kept rubbing on my shirt, so there was static, and it was annoying me, so I knew it would annoy you guys. But anyways, okay, so my personal story when it comes to bipolar disorder is it started kind of at a young age. I was probably 5 when my mom first exhibited bipolar disorder during my lifetime. I'm not sure if she did when I was younger or not, just because, or when before I was born, just because I wasn't born. And if it happened when I was a baby, I would definitely not remember that. And I haven't discussed it with her, so I'm not sure if it did or didn't. If you are curious, maybe I can ask her and she can let me know. But yeah, so one of my earliest memories was my dad just like holding my mom, carrying her out of the house and taking her to the hospital. I don't know if like the memory obviously didn't tell me if he took her to the hospital because I was a kid and I was in the house, but I remember him carrying her out the house and putting her in the car, and she's like screaming and yelling. She didn't want to go. So that was one of my earliest experiences with the situation. And from then I went to live with my father's mother, and I stayed with her until I was about probably 12 or 13. I went to visit my mom on weekends, and I lived with my dad's mother until then. And my mom was doing fine. She got the help she needed, and she was doing better. I actually I have 3 siblings on my mom's side. I have an older brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister, and they were all living with her when I was 12 or 13. And I want to say around 13 or 14, she started to exhibit, the same type of behavior as she had before in the past. And again, she had to be taken to a mental health facility. She stayed there for, I want to say, a few months. I honestly don't remember. It might have been a little bit less time. It might have been a little bit more. But yeah, she was there for a while, and she got the help she needed again. She got out of that facility, and she was my grandfather asked her if she wanted to move to Florida with him. So she went to stay with him for a few months, not that long because I missed her like crazy. So she went to stay with him for a little bit, and then she came back and she was fine. And fast forward to teenage years, I moved in with my mom when I was probably around 15 or 16. And around 18, she started to have episodes of her bipolar disorder, like reoccurring. They came back. I don't know the proper term, but she started to exhibit manic behavior again. So she was not hospitalized for probably a year after she first started exhibiting the episodes. And the only reason I believe they actually took her into the hospital is because she lost a very drastic amount of weight. If you don't know, if you have bipolar disorder or mental illness and you are not treating it yourself, unless you are harming someone else or yourself, or I know in the state of Maryland, the government says that they have no rights to put you in a mental health facility or make you get help. It's pretty much like you're an adult, you do what you want as long as you're not breaking the law. So I kind of felt like I needed to step in the role of being a mother figure for my two younger siblings on my mother's side. So I did that for a while, and eventually, I don't even remember, honestly, how we got her to go to the hospital. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was because she just lost a lot of weight and it was just out of control. And then she went and got the help she needed again, and she was fine. And I want to say this was around 2009, 2010. And then fast forward to last spring, my mother started to, I could see the signs, I was old enough at this point to realize what was going on. She started to exhibit manic behavior again. She started to not eat again. She started to lose weight again. And at this point, I'm a full-blown adult. My siblings are all adults on my mother's side. So it was to the point where it was like, okay, I stepped in and I started being, the caregiver again. But at the same time, I'm trying to think if I wasn't in school anymore, but I don't think I was in school because I graduated from college in 2017. So I want to say I wasn't in school, but I do have 2 jobs. And I started, like I said, to step into the caregiver role again, and it just became too much. And we took her and we got her evaluated at the hospital. They put her on psychiatric hold, and they're like, okay, there's nothing we can do to help you because she is not harming herself. She's not trying to harm anyone else. So she can go home. There's nothing we can help you with. And at that point, I don't want to say livid because that's not the right word, but I was very disappointed in not only the situation, but also the government, because I feel like, yes, people do have their own free will, but I'm looking at my mother and seeing that she's lost a very significant amount of weight and she's not eating, and that is a form of self-harm, and they told me there was nothing they could do about it. So I got to a point where I was like, okay, well, to keep my mental health in check, I need to disconnect from the situation. So I decided to let my siblings know and let my mother know I'm no longer taking your phone calls. I need to disconnect because it's not okay for me. It was, taking a toll on my health. It was just not a good situation. So my siblings, my 2 younger siblings, decided to kind of step in and pretty much do everything I would do and make sure she was okay, make sure even if she didn't eat, if she ever said she was hungry, we would get her food, stuff like that. So they did that, and I just tried to focus on keeping my mind off of it and just work on myself at the time. And so my siblings got to a point where they were like, okay, well, Mom, if you're not going to take care of yourself, we are pretty much going to, and I told my siblings to follow what I was doing because I felt like at that point that was the only way to get her to actually want to get help. So they told her, Mom, we're not going to deal with this. If you don't want to eat, we're going to take you somewhere where we know you'll be safe, but we're not going to continue to associate with you until you decide to get help. So once they said that to her, she was like, okay, fine, I'll go get the help I need. And so she went the same day, and she got there and told them, no, I'm not getting this medication. So then at that point, my brother told me they went outside, and both of my siblings were there with her, and they're like, okay, Mom, if you don't do this, then we really are going to be done. And so I guess she really believed them at that point. So she went back in and she got the medication that she needed. And within a very short amount of time, we could see a difference in her. And now, when I say a very short amount of time, I mean like that day, we could see that she was literally acting more normal than she had been in weeks. So that, of course, was, I want to say amazing, because it made me feel good. It made my siblings feel good. And I know she felt better because her mind was clear from the things that were bothering her. So yes, that is my story. My mom is doing fine currently. She's been, there's a shot medication, like a shot that she can get every month. So she's been getting her shot every month and she's been doing good. She's working. She's being a productive human being and that makes me happy. So yes, that is my story. I just wanted to share it because, like I said, I feel like minorities are underrepresented in when it comes to, mental health. We don't really like to talk about it. We kind of sweep it under the rug, which I understand because for a long time, that's the same thing I did. And I just feel like there's other people like me, other people with similar stories or who are in similar situations currently. And I just want to be here to let you guys know, like, if you're going through it, it does get better. If you have any questions for me, you can leave them down below. If you just feel like you need somebody to talk to, you can email me because I'll leave that in the description box. I also have my Instagram in the description, so you can DM me on there. But yeah, I just kind of want to be here to help anybody who needs it. And I just want to share my story. So hopefully, like I said, it'll help someone else. So guys, if you have any questions, like I said, please let me know. If you liked the video or you just liked that I came and shared and it kind of helped you or inspired you in any way, please give my video a thumbs up. And if you want to see my beautiful face again, you can subscribe to my channel because I'm going to start uploading on a consistent basis, kind of thinking about Wellness Wednesdays and Mental Health Mondays, but we will see, because at this point, I'm like, I just need to upload, which hence I'm in my car. That's a whole nother story. But thank you for watching. Bye.